If you don't find Notion useful yet, then this is the tutorial that you need. See, most Notion guides show you aesthetic dashboards that look great, but aren't actually practical past 7 days. So today, we'll turn this typical Notion dashboard into a genuinely useful productivity workspace, whilst keeping the 3 main features that you see on most Notion setups: your to-do list, your calendar, and your daily habits. And we'll learn the one must-know skill in Notion that takes you from a beginner to a Notion expert. So subscribe for Notion tutorials and let's dive in. So here we have our typical dashboard that I see in 90% of cases. We have a calendar here at the top that goes from Monday to Sunday, with some tasks under each of these days here. Then we have a to-do list here with some more tasks. And then we have our daily habits. I'm sure you've seen different layouts and stuff, but this is typically here what the average Notion dashboard looks like. So let's start by understanding why this isn't a great Notion dashboard. The first thing is every single week we have to create another week. So here, once the week is done, it's Sunday. Now I have to create another week and archive this somewhere. So some people might have a page at the top of their dashboard, which they call archive. And once the week is done, they take their tasks and drag and drop them into the archive folder. But now on this archive page here, I'm just seeing a list of tasks that I've done, but I don't have any broader context for it. I don't know what day I did this task one. I don't know what project it's to do with, or any other questions that I may have. The next big problem with a setup like this is that our to-do list here is actually the same thing as this. So a lot of people will go task 1, task 2 for this Monday, and then start working through their to-do list. Maybe they do task 11 and task 12. But your to-do list is the same thing as events on a calendar. Why are we looking at these like separate activities? And that actually leads on to the last point as well. These daily habits here, they are also just tasks. Habit 1, habit 2, and habit 3 are simply tasks that I'm doing every single day. Whether this habit 3 here is go for a run, whether it's to do some daily reading, or whatever it is. But we still want to keep the main functionalities of this dashboard, being the daily habits, the to-do list, and our calendar. So let's start a new page and build a productive Notion workspace. So we'll call the page dashboard, or whatever you want to call it. Now, if you're pretty new to Notion, there is this thing called the command bar. To access that, you do /. And this here is how you can access a lot of the different features inside of Notion that you can have on a page. Now, there are a lot of different features in here, but don't get overwhelmed. We don't need that many of them. Now, what most people do when building the dashboard is to use these columns here to create the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. on the page. The problem with that is you're not actually using data. And so to fix that, I'll do / and write data. Here I bring up databases. Now, databases sound scary, but don't worry, they're not that confusing once you've used them. Now, the first type of database that we'll use is this table view here. And this database here is actually not only going to be our to-do list, but it's also going to be our calendar, and it's also going to be our daily habits. So I'll just call this something like task list. And what I'll do is just add some fake tasks here so we can have a play with how this works. Now, don't worry, we won't just see this task list as a list, because what we can do with databases is click here on this plus next to the name of the database to add a new view. So if I click here, you can see that I can see this same list here as another table, as a board view, as a gallery, as a chart, as a timeline, as a form. There's a bunch of different ways we can view this. And another view we'll be working with is this here, the calendar. Now, if these terms are overwhelming you and you want to learn Notion in an evening, you can get my course Productive with Notion. I'll put a link in the description. This also includes my personal productivity frameworks. And by the way, I also have a bundle which includes my Notion template headquarters. That way, if you're looking for a productive workspace but don't want to build it from scratch, and you can download this template and it comes with everything that you need to organize your work life and your personal life. It has an advanced task management system. It handles your projects, your life buckets, your notes, your resources, your time tracking, your daily habits, your calendar, and so much more. Everything is connected and speaks together. Again, I'll put a link in the description to the template, to the course, or to the bundle, which includes both. But of course, if you're looking to build this simple dashboard today, then let's learn the next feature, which is properties. Now, properties in Notion are basically the different columns that we have in a database. So a property can just be normal text, but it can also be a number. It can also be a select property. Or like we're going to do to start with, it can be a checkbox property. So I'll simply rename this checkbox here just to a spacebar because we understand what a checkbox means. It's just, have you completed the task or not? So we've already got what we had before. We have the name of the task and whether it's complete or not. But I want to know some more stuff about these tasks. The first one is, when am I doing this task? Or when did I do this task? So I can click here on the date property. So this here allows me to select a date. So I'm not typing this out. I'm literally getting a calendar here to interact with, and I can select the day, as simple as that. So now I know task 1 is completed and it was done on August 23. The next thing I want to know is what project is this relating to. So what I'll do is click here on add property, and then I'll click here on the select. So select here is basically just a drop down. So what I can do is type the project here. So I'll just call this project A. Let's do another one called project B. And this here simply works as a drop down. And if you ever want to add another one, you just start typing. So I'll rename this project here from select to project. Now I have the main 4 properties that I want in my dashboard. I have what's the name of the task, have I completed it, when is it scheduled to be done / when was it done, and what is the project that it's relating to. Now that I have the properties that I need, we can start putting this into different views. Now what we want to do is see our calendar. Now there's a few ways we could do this. We could click here on plus to add a new view and select the calendar. But then I'll be switching between the table view and the calendar view as different tabs. Instead, what I'm going to do is create some space above here and do / and write calendar. So this will bring up the calendar view. Now the calendar is just a type of database. So I'll click here on that calendar view. And here I'm going to do link to an existing data source. And I'll select this task list database. If you're not seeing it in your recents here, then what you can do is simply search for it up here. So I'll click here on task list. And now because this task 1 here has August 23 as the date, as you can see, automatically task 1 shows up here on August 23. Now we are seeing the full month here and it's quite overwhelming. So what we're going to do is click on these settings here on this calendar view, click on layout, and we'll simply change this from show calendar as month to show calendar as week. So now I'm just seeing 7 days here. And I can simply scroll through the weeks like this, and then click on today to automatically jump back to today's date. This removes the archiving problem that we had before. But the next thing we want to fix here is task 1. I cannot see whether I've completed it or not without first clicking on that task. So now I can see that it's completed. And now I can see that it's related to project A. What I want to do is be able to see that information before clicking onto that specific task. So what we're going to do is once again click here on settings. So we're doing the settings on the calendar view here, not on the list view here. So I'll click on settings, click on property visibility, and then toggle the checkbox and the project here to be shown. So now I can see task 1 is checked in and it's relating to project A. So now when I'm working, I can add tasks down here, task 4, and I can select the relevant project that it's relating to. And I can say when I'm going to do it / when I've done it. So I'll say this here is tomorrow. So task 4 is scheduled for tomorrow. And not only does it show up here, but of course I scroll up and now task 4 is sitting here. These two aren't just connected, they are the same information. So I can either click here to select the date that it's going to be done, or if I prefer this task 2 here, I'll simply select these 6 dots here, and then I can drag it to whenever I want that task to show up. So I'll drop it here on the Tuesday. And it's not being removed from this list, it's just showing up here now. Because again, these here are the same information. So we have our task list and our calendar. Before we get to the daily habits, let's just change one setting in this task list here to make it easier to navigate. What I'm going to do is click here on settings and click here on group. And what we're going to do is group by this checkbox. So all the tasks that have been completed will show up here under this toggle, and all the tasks that aren't completed will show up in this toggle. And let's say I finish this task 3, aka this task 3 here. If I tick that in, it now automatically jumps into this section here. So it lives in this toggle. So when a task is completed, we won't see it anymore, as I'll probably keep this toggle closed most of the time, but I always have access to it when I want. And then I can see when the date was, and if that task was relevant to any project. So let's say, hypothetically, it was to do with project B. So I can always go back and see the task that I've done and the relevant information. Remember, you can add as many properties as you want for your task list. In Headquarters, my premium Notion template, I have a bunch of different properties for your task list, which makes organizing your tasks so much easier. I have a feature that actually automatically ranks your tasks based on their urgency and importance. And when you select the task's project, it actually appears on the project's page. So you can open up that project page and see all of the relevant tasks, all of the relevant notes, and all of the relevant bottlenecks just to do with that project. There's a bunch of other features. Again, you can see the full tool linked in the description. So we've got our task list and we've got our calendar. Let's sort out the last thing, which is our habits. Now there's a bunch of different ways we could do this, but I'm going to do this the simplest way possible. I'm going to have a toggle here at the top, which says habits. And here I'll write habit 1, habit 2, habit 3. Obviously write whatever your habits are instead of writing habit 1, 2, and 3. And now every day what I can do is simply copy these by doing Command C. And then when I paste these, I can now drag and drop these into my day. And as you can see, habit 1, 2, and 3 now show up here. And then again, I can just close this habits here. Because remember, going for a run, for example, that is just a task. Or reading a book, that is simply a task. You now have a way more effective dashboard that still handles your habits, your calendar, and your task list, but you'll be 10 times more organized. If you want an even better Notion dashboard and you don't want to have to build it from scratch, then check out Headquarters. There's a link in the description, or click on this video here to see the full tour. Thanks for watching.